I am, in fact, not dead. It was close, but I made it back from the brink. And not a moment too soon because they just dropped info for a new champion. So let's check her out. Okay, so I got feedback that maybe some people are not a huge fan of me reacting to a champion announcement via another content creator's video. So I grabbed the image from hellhades.com, made it full screen, and we're just going to kind of react to the image. I haven't seen anything for this champion yet, made it a point not to watch. And we'll try it this way. You guys let me know in the comments if you like it the other way better or this way better so I can kind of get a consensus. But damn, she's thick. That's a big brawny girl. Looks pretty cool though, as usual. Sorry that I'm kind of blocking part of her, but the face cam's got to go somewhere. So, but let's go over the skills. So Splinter Steel attacks one enemy 2 times. The first hit has a 30% chance of placing a stun debuff for 1 turn. The second hit has a 30% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. Okay, interesting. Both booked to 50% for legendary books on the A1. Skill 2, Barrier Breach. Attacks all enemies, will ignore 20% of each target's defense. Nice. We really need ignore defense in the current meta for any kind of PvP. It has a 75% chance, obviously we can see it books to 100, of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. This debuff cannot be resisted if Alsgor Crimsonhorn is on the same team. Who the hell is that? Who is he? 5 books on that ability. 4 turn cooldown, books down to 3. Very solid, not necessarily, any new mechanics or game breaking, but that's a very solid ability for a 3 turn cooldown. 5 books is, I feel like, about average. Attack 3, Towering Might, attacks all enemies 2 times. Okay, so double AoE with this champion. Before attacking, places a 30% increased crit rate and a 30% increased crit damage buff on this champion for 2 turns. Just talking about this, I wish that they would give more champions increased crit rate and increased attack. I just don't think increased crit damage is nearly as beneficial to a raw damage champion versus they could give it to an enemy max HP champion. That'd be pretty crazy. But anyway, it is what it is. 30% increased crit rate and 30% increased crit damage buff on them for 2 turns. Grants an extra turn if this attack kills an enemy when Dickhead Crimsonhorn is on the same team. Okay, so apparently she really needs him. Still a cool ability. Granting an extra turn is much better. It is 3 books in that ability, starts 5 turn cooldown, books damage, and then cooldown, so it'll be on a 4 turn, but effectively a 3 turn if you have Alsgor Crimsonhorn because she gets an extra turn. Then a passive. Yes, we want legendaries to have passives, especially these days. Nowhere to Hide. Inflicts 20% more damage against targets under shield buffs. Will ignore shield buffs if Alsgor Crimsonhorn is on the same team. Okay, so she is her max potential is very dependent on him, clearly, and I have no idea who that is. I may try to add. I'll try to figure it out. But overall, Spirit is a great affinity. That's probably maybe my favorite affinity for nukers. It's neutral to Duchess, which is huge in PvP. Definitely does not seem necessarily like a PvP specialist, but especially if Alsgor Crimsonhorn has any synergy in PvP, that would make her significantly better just because unresistible debuffs and extra turn mechanics with a double AoE kit is much more beneficial in PvE than her kit by herself, without his added benefit. But she looks dope. Very cool. I really like the Barbarian faction, by the way, but I don't know. It seems like a good affinity for them to be adding, an attack champion that's Spirit. There seem to be a fair amount of decent magic attack champions, and Force is just kind of not the meta affinity at the moment, mostly because of Duchess, but she seems pretty good. That's kind of it. These breakdowns will be short if I'm not reacting, but let me know in the comments below. And I need to check on this guy, Alsgor Crimsonhorn, because if he's good, that could be a cool duo. If he's not, that kind of brings her value down, in my opinion, quite a bit. But anyway, there's my breakdown. You guys know to do all the things. Appreciate you guys. I'll catch you in the next one.